Hello everybody. So I was digging through an old drawer and I pulled this out. It's not a PSP, and you can tell it doesn't say that. It says X6, and the build quality is, I mean, I don't know if you can tell, but like terrible. I bought it off of eBay a while ago. I don't know, years ago, like 2019, 2018. It has an on-off switch, you know, it's got some ports out, power mic, it's got a 1 megapixel camera. I think it works. I played a game on it the other day. The big issues are the joystick is terrible and the buttons are bad quality, but I mounted it, so a little data port, so I mounted it to my computer, and it's got some files on there. So let's take a little look at it. Okay, so I plugged it in and it mounted, called Act Disk. And I was like, oh, I remember there's some random kind of games on here that I didn't recognize. But then I looked in here and I was like, wait, Contra, Super Mario Bros, Rocket Man. Hold on a second. This looks like it has an NES emulator in it, as well as some other sort of different kind of random things. So, you know, there's some pictures here. I don't know, these don't actually load. You know, it's a 2011, 2019. There's some some random old stuff. I was trying to fiddle around with it and see if I could change some of how it boots. You know, I don't know. I pulled these games off, the NES emulator games, the ROMs, and I was able to load it into my RetroPie. So that's kind of cool. Okay, let's turn this puppy on. Now that we saw what the file structure looks like. So it plays a little splash screen. Oh, when I turn it on properly. Okay, so it plays this splash screen, which is kind of neat, some little screenshots. I wanted to change that. I can't find where I would do that. It seems a little locked as far as the code. Or I can't find the directory where that's done. So here it is, it boots pretty quick. You can use this little joystick to move around. There is a volume button that works. Let's just turn that down a little. These buttons tend to stick a bit. Oh, gotta let that go off the screen. So there's some of these games up here like Metal Slug and things like that, which are not part of, oh, come on, those buttons stick, they're terrible. So in inner games and external games. Inner games, let's look at a directory listing. So Adventures of Tokyo. So these are not NES games. Alienators, Army Men. I wonder if I can go, oh, Contra though. Donald Duck, Dave Beckham. So I think what we saw before was probably this list. And I mean, there's like, I don't know, there might be 1,000 of them. If we go back up, oops, let's go back in here. Let's go to external games. I think there might be a little, yeah, so here's the NES game. See how it ends in .NES? These are ROMs, obviously. And there's 1,000 of these. There's a lot on here. So I'm guessing that external might be, I don't know, that external list might have something to do with, like, maybe there's a memory stick in here. I don't see one inside. Like, it looks like there's a little slot in there. Could be a little SD reader in it. Let's just launch one of these internal games. I don't even remember what they are. I don't even know if I recognize. Some of them I recognize, but some of them, God knows. Let's just pick Super Mario Brothers. Restart. It looks like you can save games. I think I might have tried that. I don't know if that actually works or not. Start button. Okay. It looks a little stretched out to me, which makes sense to make it fit on the screen. But, you know, like I said, the joystick's kind of, it's a little tricky to use. And one thing I noticed is like the left button sometimes will just stick and yeah. So, enough of that. Let's, I kind of want to take it apart. Let's see what it does. All right, let's see if we can take this thing apart. I see some screws on the back. Sorry, it's a little dirty. There, perfect. Good as new. I'm not sure what's in it. I mean, I don't know if they had ESP, well, those 8266s out, or maybe it's a SAMD chip. I don't know. But let's find out, shall we? Oh, there's a screw under that sticker. Don't avoid the warranty, but I think we may have to take the sticker off. Okay, I got the back off and barely broke it. Let's see what we have inside here. Oh, these are the bumpers. We have a microphone, and it's, oh yeah, of course it's soldered on. That's the only way to kind of get this little form factor. I see yeah, buttons here. Those are the bumper buttons. I have it upside down right now. Turn around this way. 3.7 volt, 120, 1200 megahertz. Okay. I see here's power, here's the audio, there's that, power on. Oh, is this a, that looks like a SD card reader right there. Well, I'll be. This must be the back of the screen. Let's take this other bumper out. Camera. Okay. Oh, that's a little joystick. Yeah, of course it's soldered in. It looks like a 2-axis, I guess they call them. Not the easiest thing to take out and change. Sure would be sweet though, but I don't know if I want to destroy this thing, but it's not super playable. I see a few more screws. Why don't I take those out? Okay, I got the screws out, and I had to take off the little thumb button. And if we lift up the board, so far I've only seen one thing, but I thought oh, this little piece fits on there like that. Okay, I'll have to remember where that went. Inside, look at this, there's a little Snoopy character in there. Do you see him with sunglasses on? On the back of the screen. So we have a ribbon cable here, which does not look like something that would be easy to detach. It'd be nice to detach so I could get the whole board out here. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's just a press fit or what. Let me get you in here and let's see if we can zoom in on the board here. It's not very bright in here. So I found the chip. It's the ATJ2279B, and I found a whole sheet about it, but that's not what we're looking at here. And basically I did a search on the chip and the X5, X6, or whatever it is, and sure enough, it's made by this company, Yasi, made in China. I guess I can post that link, but here it is, still for sale, 16 to 1850. You get what you pay for. You know, it is, they may have added some features, and maybe some of these features work. I don't know. Mine, some things don't work. That's fine. Like I said, it was dirt cheap. So yeah, you know, I'm not recommending this as a purchase, but I think it's kind of funny that mine was made, I looked on the date code, it's January 1st, 2019, and they're still making it. And I thought, well, what else are they making? Oh, look, that's the same screen. What do you know? So I was like, oh, what else are they making? It looks like they're making kind of Switch-like handhelds. And maybe it's the same game, just with, you know, it's the same game with just a different color case, I think. Yeah, classic. There you go. But yeah, this little handheld's only $425. You know, I saw some people do projects where they took their old PSP and they put Raspberry Pi Zeros in them. And I thought that was kind of cool. But yeah, you know, again, you get what you pay for. But I mean, geez, $5? What? Okay, we got to look at this just for 2 seconds. Is this, okay, so it's the same thing, but you can plug it into your TV and it's got wired connectors. And it looks like a Nintendo NES. That's, I mean, you know, you probably, I don't know what shipping is, and I certainly don't know, you know, it may take a month to get to you, but it's kind of funny, you know, I mean, good luck building it yourself for less, but what I really want to do is kind of see if I can tap into this chip somehow. I wonder if we can cross, I mean, there's a lot of features on the chip. I wish I didn't close that that screen, but it was the ATJ2279B data sheet. Here it is. Oh, I think we have to download the PDF. So, I mean, let me scroll down a little quickly here. Sorry if that's a little blurry, but I found it shows there's a lot of GPU connections, but granted it's all soldered in, but I mean, check this out. You can, there's a lot to hook up, and you figure there's all those buttons, all those connectors, you need a lot of GPUs, but it gives all the specs. Seems like a pretty decent little multimedia kind of chip, video engine, it shows what, what the bus is like, and we happen to have this one, the 2020, and it shows, here we go. So package, MCU, DDR, it's got, it's got a lot going on for it. Again, this is not a highly big recommend, you gotta get this kind of thing. And like I said, the controls are what really holds it back. If the controls were decent, it's completely playable. Maybe a little hard to play something like a Pac-Man, as it's an 8-way joystick, and it's very hard to get up, down, left, right when you might kind of get an angle. Like, that happens with joysticks that are 8-directional. But I don't know, I'm just goofing around. Okay, here we go. I opened to check it out. I immediately broke, tore the wires off of the microphone, speaker, excuse me. So I'm just gonna try to heat this up a little bit, add a little of the soldering paste, and see if I can't clean it off a little first. Okay, try not to burn my hands here. We get here's some rubbing alcohol. Clean off the paste, hopefully. Okay. Okay, let's put a little more soldering paste on there. Help with adhesion. Suck up the smoky smell here. Sorry for you probably hear a lot of fan noise, but I can see the smoke is being taken away. Okay, now let's put one of these wires in position. With this little contraption. That looks good. That looks pretty good. Okay, it's go time. All right, a little heat. And for some solder, get it. You really want them hot, I think, to kind of get them to adhere. You don't need a lot of solder. The thing is, I can't tell if the solder's sticking to the tip or to the spot I want it to actually stick in. And I think it's just sticking to the tip, which is a sign that it's probably not clean. Come on, little buddy. Oh, there we go. I think I got a little blob on there. Dare I mess with the other one a little more? It's so tempting to. Okay, well, why don't we do a little test at this point. Ooh, something just flicked off of the soldering iron when I was cleaning it, and that was hot metal. Not fun. That hurt my hand. Okay, well, it's not soldering if you don't solder yourself, I reckon. Okay, now let's do a little test here. It's kind of wedged in, but I wonder if I can turn on the power and see if sound works. Well, okay, we got power. I found it. Let's disconnect this little thingy while we're fiddling. Let's, okay, it's booting. It's kind of hard to see, but I'll kind of bring you around a little bit. You see there's a little screen on there. Let's just see if there's any sound. I hear sound. Okay, and that worked. Let's put it back together. Hey, so I don't know if this is really a review video or what, just me goofing around, finally using a soldering iron that I just bought. But the X6 is, it's not bad. I did sand down these buttons on the sides, and I just kind of booted up Pac-Man. And let's just see, because, one of the, they're not sticking anymore. The feel is better. I mean, that's such a simple physical modification, but, not bad, makes it playable. Yeah, battery life, I don't know. I'm not recommending this. I wanted to hack it a bit more and change the splash screens and do some other things, but I just kind of couldn't figure it out and gave up. It's not really worth it. So I don't really know what to say other than I hope you're doing well and all the best.